What's going on, everyone? John Mango back again, and today is another meal prep talks video. As you can see, the prep is going down back there, just finishing up we're waiting to finish the sweet potatoes, and I'll be all prepped, ready to go. So it is Sunday, but there was a specific topic that I keep getting always from my followers on Instagram, from subscribers on YouTube, from clients a lot as well lately, and that's going to be people that are starting to make that transition in their fitness, whether it's taking their nutrition more serious, their workouts, dedicating more time and more effort to actually improving in their fitness. They seem to be running into this obstacle of their family or their friends and people around them aren't as supportive as maybe one they expected, or they just simply weren't ready for people getting a little bit agitated, irritated, uncomfortable with the fact that you may be transitioning into a different way of living your life, and as a result achieving the results you want. Now, I think this is an important topic to cover because a lot of people deal with this, obviously, as I mentioned, but I went through this myself, and I think that it's something that most people in general are going to go through. Unless you come from a background or a family that everybody's in amazing shape, you're not going to deal with this issue. But then again, you will be in amazing shape by now if that's you. So most people that fall into the other category, for example myself, none of my family was really into the gym at all, or nutrition, knew anything about it. I was really the first one, and so they didn't understand what I was doing and why all of a sudden I was going to the gym as often as I was for as long as I was. But they were supportive. But when I say family, I mean more so not my parents and stuff, but more so aunts, uncles, friends. So for example, I would go out and not drink. Sometimes I started not drinking as much, and people would get a little upset. Come on, man, why aren't you drinking? Come on, why are you? Or I'd get up early to go to the gym, or I would go to the gym no matter what that day. So if we had some plans, to be like, okay, but I gotta go to the gym and then I'll meet up with you guys. These kinds of things, right? So I think the important thing there is that you must understand that most people are going to be uncomfortable with this change you're making in your life. And the reason I think that is because it makes them uncomfortable as to who they are and what they do with their lives. Most of the time when somebody criticizes you openly or complains or judges you, it's typically a reflection of what they feel on the inside, or a personal insecurity they have of themselves. So I'll give you an example. When somebody tells you, well, why are you eating so healthy? Why don't you just have a drink? It's really an insecurity in their own head. They're really asking themselves. It's an inward question that manifests in a way that it's projected out towards you. Now, you'll make a pretty fatal mistake at times to think that is somebody's judgment of you, and that it begins to create a judgment of yourself, and you start to ask yourself the same questions, and you think, well, maybe I shouldn't be taking things this seriously. Maybe I am holding others back. Maybe I am not living my life the way I could be or should be. And that's just not the case, okay? Just understand that when somebody says one of those things, it's really themselves trying to justify why they don't do the things that they wish they could or should do, okay? And when you do them, it makes others uncomfortable around you because, one, they don't understand it. Most people are just caught up in their ways, caught up in tradition, caught up in looking around and being average like everybody else. The second somebody starts to split away from being average, people aren't going to like it. It's just the way it is. Whether you're starting a business, trying to improve yourself in one way or another, fitness especially, people don't like it because it makes them feel shittier about themselves, okay? When you go out to a restaurant and you're the only person that takes their health and fitness and nutrition seriously, and you decide to go with the salad and everybody else eating the calamari and the chicken wings and this, that, and the other, people are going to look at you and say, wow, why are you getting the salad? Come on, live a little. Come on, do this. Come on. They try to justify their own problem, their own lack of doing what they should do, and doing what they know they should do. And typically these people are out of shape. So I guess my advice here would be this. When somebody openly either criticizes or tries to run a guilt trip on you, first thing you got to do is ask yourself, or look at the person and say, does this person look like or live a lifestyle that I want to emulate? And 99% of the time, the answer will be no. 99.9%. So that's the first thing, and if the answer is no, then their opinion means nothing. I mean, regardless, it means nothing, but it should be that much easier for you to distinguish whether or not you should actually take what they're saying seriously as a piece of advice or constructive criticism, or as just a way for them to justify what they want to do. The second thing would be to just understand that it's normal, okay? Like I said, people are going to be uncomfortable with it regardless. You have to be ready for it. You have to develop a thicker skin if you're going to separate yourself from the crowd. Another great example is making YouTube videos. People don't like making YouTube videos because it's different than what others do. People don't want to pull the camera out when everybody else is around because it makes them feel uncomfortable. So this could be applied across so many different things. Fitness seems to be a very common one because, again, it's something that the majority of people understand they don't focus on when they should be, and so when somebody else around them starts to make a change to better themselves, they start to feel a little bit more uncomfortable because now it's kind of putting pressure on them to say, wow, maybe I need to step my shit up, but they don't want to, right? So those would be my piece of advice. Prepare for it, and when it comes, I got a question for you. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna give up? What's your excuse? That's gonna be your excuse because somebody else said this, or because they brought cake to the party, or because your friend ordered pizza so you had to eat it. It's bullshit. It's a test. Okay, this is another factor of so many others that makes it a slim chance for people to make it in their own fitness journeys, in their own self-development journeys, in their businesses, in whatever the case may be. Okay, so this is another test, and it's a tough one because sometimes it's the people closest to you, and sometimes they may not mean it in a malicious way, and they don't realize what they're doing. By questioning you, by questioning what you're doing. But sometimes they do know why, and they do want to make you give in because it's easier for you to stop doing and quit than it is for them to get up off their ass and do something about their life situation. So that would be my advice to anyone out there that is dealing with this. Just know it's normal. It's actually should be expected, and you're gonna develop thick skin from it, which is a good thing because it's gonna help you in being able to have the liberty to start changing other areas of your life and not be afraid to do it, and start to really not care about what other people think about you, which I think is one of the most important things, especially in this day and age. So that's my advice. That's my meal prep talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned, and I hope that you found it helpful. Anybody that's dealing with this issue, if you know somebody dealing with it, or maybe it's you that's projecting this on somebody else, regardless, share it with that person. Take a step back, look at yourself, and look at the people around you, and understand, do they want you to win, or are they just ignorant to what you're doing, or is it a way for them to justify what they're not doing, right? And either way, at the end of the day, who gives a shit what anybody else thinks? Because the second you do, the second you start judging yourself based off other people's opinions or judging others, you lost. It's game over. You're hopeless. So with that said, stay focused on yourself. People gonna hate. Doesn't matter. Do what you want to do. What's right in your heart. Go for it, and don't ever stop. All right. With that said, thanks for watching, guys. Coach John with the gains. Seriously though, I'm making gains these days. Hope y'all enjoying your day so far. Appreciate you for watching as always. Like, comment, share, subscribe so you don't miss out the videos that drop every damn week. So I'll see you in that next one. I'm out.